Thank you for joining us here for our second half hour of Friends of Five here on air and also over on WLTX Plus. That's our streaming platform. I'm Erica Glover. We're going to start out with continuing coverage and a look now inside the courtroom for the Rick Chow murder trial. Rick Chow is charged for the murder of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack-Belton. Investigators say back in 2023, Chow chased that teenager after suspecting him of shoplifting bottled water. Investigators say it was later determined the teenager did not. Investigators also say Chow fired a shot into the 14-year-old's back, ultimately killing him. Well, today's trial had some big takeaways that we have been following all day long. In fact, our very own News 19 anchor Cyrus Carmack-Belton is joining us to give us a recap of today's events.
Hey everyone, Cyrus Carmack-Belton here. Just going to be recapping what we have heard so far in day 3 of the state versus Rick Chow. It started almost immediately with the state resting their case, and then the defense called one of their biggest witnesses yet, Andy Chow, who is Rick Chow's son. Now, Andy told jurors that he chased Cyrus Carmack-Belton after suspecting he stole from the store and said the moment turned deadly when he saw a gun.
I see that it's a gun, and he points it at me. So I immediately put my hands up. I start to back away from him quickly, and then I yell, "He has a gun!" And then I turn to my dad, who was coming up behind us, and I yell at him again, "He has a gun!"
But on cross, prosecutor Dale Scott zeroing in on a major issue. Was this self-defense or a pursuit that never had to happen? Scott also hammering home just how little this may have started over, using a big visual in court.
I think you took $1 worth of merchandise from your store.
I did think that, yes, sir.
And you were certain of it.
I believed he had taken it, yes, sir.
You strongly believed enough where you left your counter, you left the cash register and ran after it, correct?
Yes, sir.
I spoke to legal expert Lancey Thompson about using that visual and what that could do or not do in this case. Take a listen.
I think Dale with his demonstrations, and that was a demonstration they are putting that $1 for the jury to see, and the one yesterday with Dr. Durso, I think he's done really well with those demonstrations and making those points to the jury. I think they've been very powerful and very good in the moment. And
then came one of the sharpest exchanges of the morning. Take a listen.
But you remember when you exited the store with your father after the 14-year-old boy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you remember right then when your dad said, "Stop, stop, Andy, let's stop right here." You remember when he said that?
No, sir.
Because he didn't, right?
He did not.
He didn't say that.
No, sir.
And if he had, you would have obeyed him because you obey your father, right?
I would have stopped.
Cross-examination kept pressing Andy on what he saw, what he said, and whether his story shifted under pressure.
But you were certain enough, you left with your dad. And you ran after that boy. You were that certain that he had stolen, were you not?
I believed it, and when he ran, that's when I really believed that he had stolen something.
And you were dead wrong, weren't you?
I did learn that afterwards. Yes.
You were dead wrong, weren't you?
I was wrong.
He has no other answer to that. He has to point out that he was wrong, and the defense can use that. Like, yes, he was wrong. He was wrong though. Andy was wrong, but his dad didn't know, and his dad just was chasing after his son. So they're going to probably use that to wrap up, I would imagine, as some type of closing. That yes, he was wrong, but they're going to lay out that Cyrus was wrong too, and having the gun, and that Rick Chow just didn't know any of these things and stumbled upon this situation where his son had a gun pointed to him. That is the defense's theory, and they're going to use that in their theory.
Well, right before lunch, things got a bit heated with Dale Scott raising his voice and arguing that none of this happens if they stay inside the gas station in the first place. Take a listen.
Shooting doesn't happen if everybody stays put in the Shell gas station, correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Anything else briefly? It doesn't happen if Cyrus doesn't put a gun on you either, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. No further questions.
Anything else to say?
You don't even know there's a gun if you stay in the gas station!
That's
Right?
Your Honor.
You don't know he's got a gun if you stay put in the Shell gas station, correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Lunch is happening right now, but of course, continue to follow us as we bring you the very latest inside that courtroom.
Christy, thank you so much. And of course, News 19 is continuing to track this entire trial with extensive coverage, including live streaming from inside the courtroom, daily recaps, breaking news updates, and in-depth analysis. We got you covered. We're here for you. Simply download our free News 19 app right now by scanning this QR code on your screen. That way you can watch anywhere at any time, making it as easy as possible. Let's go ahead now, though.